story, Mama used to say. I'll read you a story at the end of day. And now for story time, children no delay. Mama used to say, it's time for Tata story time.
Oh! Sorry, you're early. I'm going to read you something for Tata Storytime. So I'll just I'll finish this and no, I'll finish this later. Pardon me. So, my name's Steve, and I'm going to be reading Crayven, the Nyamming Jankro, by Juliet Coley, illustrated by Malika Zaina Grant. So, shall we begin? It was daybreak with the glow of dawn, and, perched on a treetop in the heat, was a Jankro, wide awake from dreaming, who fancied something tasty to eat. His name was Crayven, born in Kingston, Jamaica. He spied food in a bin, flat and squished, so swooped in on the juicy leftovers, yummy ackee and tasty saltfish. By sunrise, his tummy was rumbling, so he flew to Charlestown in Nevis. He glided through the sea air over St. Kitts in Basse-Terre in search of another delicious dish. In the distance was a beautiful veranda with a table set full of fresh food. He dived down and tucked in, not sure where to begin. Plantain, saltfish, and dumplings, all stewed. By 8, he was searching for breakfast in St. John's by Antigua's shore. He grabbed fungi and pepper pot from a posh hotel spot and then waited to try and get more. Some people threw stones at the vulture and called Crayven ugly and greedy and fat.
Crayven, look at you! You're so ugly! You're so ugly and fat!
At noon, he began to eat goat water with goat meat, first in Plymouth, then in Braids, Montserrat. For lunch, he wanted mountain chicken, but drank callaloo soup until done. Darting through a roseau, he would nyam on the go, then relax in the Dominican sun. In Castries, St. Lucia, it was snack time. His sharp eyes surveyed his next treat. Green figs and saltfish was the mouth-watering dish, followed by shelter from the Caribbean heat. His turkey head frightened the locals, so under a palm he would shade. The sightseers would scream whenever he was seen. Circling above made them nervous and afraid. Dinner for Crayven was in volcanic Kingstown, the capital of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Roasted breadfruit and fried jackfish tasted absolute bliss, gobbled up with a plateful of greens. For supper, he flew to Grenada and ate oil down in St. George's by the sea. The exotic island of spice was chilled and so nice, and he lapped up the spills of cocoa tea. Barbados was his next destination. By now, it was dusk in Bridgetown. Flying fish and cuckoo was on every menu and was easy to peck and gobble down. His last stop was Trinidad and Tobago, for callaloo by moonlight in Port of Spain. Then it was home to Jamrock with no further stops because of heavy winds and hard rain. was a tropical storm, and lightning battered poor Crayven. As he soared through the skies in mid-flight, he flapped, startled and shocked, fell from the sky like a rock, and lay dazed by the sea overnight. The noise of the tourists alarmed poor Crayven, who lay flat as he opened his eyes. There were ahs and oohs and smiles that seemed to stretch for miles. Confused and scared, he began wondering why. So quickly he covered his bald head and noticed his beak was small and thin. He jumped up to take flight, but his wings, now small and light, flew backwards in the Caribbean wind. Crayven tried again and finally glided through the beautiful Caribbean skies. His reflection beamed on top of the ocean as he hovered Mo Bay, satisfied. Wow! No longer was he ugly, fat, or greedy.